Once the flight has been added to Lyon, operations team can start preparing it for dispatch on particular sectors in the checklists available. To set up a checklist, please go to Flight Editing and select the items you would like to have in the checklist by default. Don't worry, you can always add particular items when preparing the flight from the checklist level. This includes both ops and sales checklists. Please remember that any changes made in this section will be applied to newly added flights only. Okay, let's have a look at the actual checklist. Here is the list of items you have ticked in the settings section, and here are the items that you can add if there is need to. All statuses are untouched by default. You can add notes and attach files to each of them. Some of the items appear in the trip sheet, including the permissions, slots or hotels, for example. We can try to add them now. You can edit the permissions here, and also you can add notes if needed. And let's also add a hotel and some PAX information. And now we can click Save. And now if you go to the flight and right click on it and choose Trip Sheet, we can see the details that we've added on the checklist, including permissions, PAX information and the hotel. Handling requests. These have been suggested as the handling agents for these airports. The default content of handling requests has been defined in the general settings in the tab Handling Requests, down in these tables. We source the handlers in AkuQuick, but you can also add a new one in Airport Directory if needed. Here we can add items on departure that have not already been stated in the general settings. Now we can issue a new handling request. The items I've just stated can be found here at the bottom. Such prepared request can be sent to a handler or you can change it on the spot. There is no need to change the configuration in general settings. Here you can additionally issue a request for future flights of this aircraft from this airport. Similarly, requesting handling services on this airport will give you the opportunity to include flights prior to the selected one. Now we can click Send. Make sure to have test settings checked in the general settings if you are just testing, or otherwise the email will be sent to the actual handler. We can see the status has changed to requested, and so did the status for the slot for this airport. You can follow all the changes and the updates of this request. Please note that any changes made will change the status to a question mark. If we, for example, change the time of the flight, we will see the link New Request has changed into an update. Here you will see all the amended items in red. Clicking Send Update will change the status again. Deleting items from the list is very easy. If you don't need a particular item, just click on it and the little bin icon will remove it. The important aspect of the checklist is that status changes impact the color of the status dot. If all statuses are green, let's do that with the sales checklist. The dot will turn green. However, if we change a single status to a different color, the status dot will take that color. The statuses need to be changed manually when a particular item has been dealt with, all but handling requests as we've seen before. So that was all the basic information about Lyon checklists. If you have any additional questions, please have a look at our manual or contact our support team.